Well, hi, how you all doing? Let's continue with our Hotel People Analytics project. For today's video, I'm going to bring you how we can work with Power BI and create some visualizations. Also, we are going to fix some issues that sometimes we came across when we are working with our data. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let's go. I have here two charts. One is a hierarchical tree and the other one is a bar chart. And you can see both are showing the same information but in different ways. I was working with these charts and you can see that I have a problem here because the data is not filtering well. You can see I have the three hotels, the three of them have the total correct payment for each other, but when we go to department, both charts shows the same total payment. Is not filtered by department, and this is what I'm going to show you how I fix it, but I still have a problem that I cannot filter the data by position. I really want to do that, but knowing how much we spend on each hotel and department is going to be okay. The major problem I was having working with the databases and trying to filter the data was that I don't good correlation between the tables. To fix that, at the table of hotel composition, I decided to create a new ID. So this ID is called Hotel Composition ID, and I create this ID by merging the hotel ID with the first two letters of each of the departments. So you can see that I have Fuerteventura Splash Hotel, and here is restaurant and reception Fuerteventura Splash Hotel. I copy this ID and I use it here at workforce composition, so I can use this table to filter our data, and also I can use it here at employee wages to connect the workforce composition with the employee wage data to verify is our filters were working fine in both our charts. I decided to create these columns to check if the data is correct. So here is going to filter the data and only will sum using these IDs. This is all the total for each of the hotels using this ID. Let's go and work with our new data because here I have the old data. You want to see that I don't have hotel composition ID here and here. So let's start creating a new one because I want to show you how to fix a little bit our data with PowerQuery. Let's wait. Now we are ready to go. Let's import our data from Excel. This is our data. Yes, we want all of the tables. We are going to transform the data because employee IDs is going to be put automatically as integer data. And remember, we want this to be text data. And also we are going to use PowerQuery to change the values from gender. We are going to replace the M for male and the F for female. Instead of going to load the data, we are going to transform the data. PowerQuery is going to change automatically some of our data, and you can see those steps over here. When we're gonna check our data type, text, 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 number, date, number, yes, here. We don't want this as number, we want this as text. Yes, we are going to add a new step. Text, okay, text. We want these numbers. This is fine. The hotels, we have text, date, number, employee wages, text, number, float number, it's okay. float number, float number, float number here, and again, multiple text, and okay, number, and we are going to delete these columns because you can see there are new values and these columns are not going to work with. We select those and we delete this column. If we want to go, we delete the column and we made a mistake, we can click over here and you will see now that we have all our columns again. So there. And here, employee ID is text. We don't want this number. Yes, we add another step. We check name. Okay. I am going to change the values here from M to male and F for female. Come here, go to transform, replace value here. We are going to replace M, the value to search for, and replace for male. You can see now we have all the males, and we are going to do it again. And the F is going to be female. There. Once we finish checking our data type and replacing our values and deleting what we are not going to use, we can come here and we close and save our data. We wait a minute. You can see the data is loading. If we need it and we want to delete or change another value, or we only have to, again, open PowerQuery and we can go back. Now we are ready to work with our data. First, if you want, it's not necessary to put a background here, but I want to do it. We can here, background image there. Now that I have the background, we are going to use this color. So for this, we're going to effect. Let's copy this color. And this effect background color there. And now we come here. There. Let's add a border. Let's surround the corner. No, we are not going to. We are going to leave it black. We can use these little dots to guide the size of our charts. There. Now let's continue with the composition tree. Let's open a little bit so we can see better our data. There. And now here, what we are going to analyze? We are going to analyze the total payments. and how we want to analyze these payments. We are going to filter the data by hotel. So here we are going to have the hotel names. And also we want to filter the data by department. So here, department. And we want it, if it's possible, by position. Department, open, and you can see here the problem I was telling you later. The data only filters by the hotel, not by the department. Why was this happening? Power BI automatically creates relationships between our tables. We can create new relationships with our tables by clicking over here, or we can see which type of relationships we have for our databases by going here. And you can see the relationships between the different databases. We are working with employees and hotels. Employees, hotels modify employee wages. Also, hotel composition is modified by hotels. Workforce composition is modified by hotel composition and by hotels. And if we want to filter our data by this, the workforce composition, we need to create a relationship between these two tables, employee wages and workforce composition. Remember, I created a new ID, hotel composition ID, with the purpose of connecting these two tables. So we click over here. Sorry, we are going to need to put this. No. There. Oh, hotel composition is going to modify or be related to employee wages by the hotel composition. Here we are. We have hotel composition. The best thing is to have one with many. But if I use one with many, I can't filter the data. So that's why I left it with many to many. But here in the direction I want to be the data filtered, I select workforce composition is going to filter employee wages. Here is the problem I am having, and this is what I want to fix and check later because I want to have position filtering the data. We save here, and now we want back, and you can see now the data is filtered by department. But if we go to position, the data is not filtered by position. It's assumed the same total payment for each department. So now let's add some style to this chart. Okay, here format tree. We're going to connectors. Now we can see better our connector lines. We want these bars to show how much this value represents from the total. We need to change here to take the relationships from the first node. The first node is going to be sum of total payments. So when we click over here, now you can see how much this value represents according to this type of value. From 10 millions, 3 millions is going to be, this is going to be less. Let's say we want 2 decimals for each of the positions. No more. Titles, this one. there. Use all the space. Yes, we are going to use the title. Paste. Yes, we are going to add some borders to our chart, a shadow. And also we are going to add here more transparency so it's not too wide. Was forgetting to put these as data type monetary values. There. We can create line chart. Here we can see. To add the data payments, and we are going to see how were our payments over the year. There. If we want to see more detail here, we are going to leave here only month, and now you can see January, February, March, April, May. This data is to October, and you can see how much we have paid for each of the months. Also, if you want to, we can come here and we want to change here. Over here. We'll instead of reading summa, we and if we want to, we can add a filter. Here we are going to filter by let's date. Okay. This type of filter we are going to put, let's say, change here. So, no. We can add here, or we can add there. So if we click over here, we are going to see for each of the days how much we pay for each of the departments and hotels. It all depends what story you want to tell to your stakeholders. Okay, and here you see that every time we select here, we only see a dot, and we don't want this to be affected by filters. There. We come here, we edit the interactions, and we are going to specify that we don't want to interact with this chart. So now we change the data. It's better to duplicate our sheets because we don't need to add again the title. We can change only here what we are looking for, and we are not losing time all arranging the title, the colors, all the data we want, and the style of the charts. So let's say we want to see workforce composition. And we can use a pie chart, or also we can use a bar chart. So let's here. This is interesting too, but we are not going to. So it's going to be going to employees. we are not going to talk about this, and we are going to talk about this. We only want that, and it's going to be taken from employee IDs. And here, we instead of using page rate, we can use the hotels. So now, let's say how many males or females we have at Coral Wave Resort. There. Ocean Breeze. There. Sandy. There. You see? Yes, I later I'm going to fix all of this. I just want to show you. We can use this type of bar. You would see that we have the same result. So the X name of the hotels, and here we are going to use the employee ID, and the legend is going to be the genders. And now there we have our 3 hotels. We don't need to use the filter data. We can filter this also by, let's say we want this instead of this. Let's try to use the departments. Why this happens is because workforce composition is not related to the employees table. So that's why we can see the data we need to create a relationship between those two tables. I have again the same problem. So workforce composition, we are going to take employee ID, and there, no, that's going to be on license, it's going to be employee ID. And which one? This is going to, again, I want too many, but things not going to work. So that's why I keep this and work composition filter there. So now you can see we have our data filtered by department. This only works for here, but if we want to use a recount of all the rows we are working with, the best option is to create another table with the DAX functions. The DAX functions are data. It could be account, sum, an average, also filtered data that we are going to work with for other charts, and instead of having this type data account that is going to work only on this chart, we can have the same count for any of the charts, and we don't need to be all the time using employee ID. We can recall to the DAX function. To create a DAX function, I'm going to need to create new table. And this new table is going to be called DAX functions. There. Here we are going to add a new. Let's call this scan employee ID. There. delete this one and use the tags function, we have the same result. I hope you enjoy this tags. I will continue working with the data. Okay, see you in the next chapter. Bye.